If you're looking to get the absolute best flavor out of your TFV8 and save a little bit of money at the same time, you've come to the right place. How's it going, everybody? This is Andy with AspenValleyVapes.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the TFV8 RBA. Now this video is definitely geared towards beginners because I'm not going to do any fancy builds or anything like that. I'm just going to be using the pre-installed coils on that TFV8 RBA head. I'm just going to take you through a few quick basic steps to get you from just seeing that RBA coil to actually using it, to experiencing that wonderful flavor and vapor production that this RBA coil produces. That being said, let's get right into it. Let's dive in close and take a look at that TFV8 RBA head. Alright, so the first step is obviously going to be to screw the RBA coil into the base of the TFV8. And once you have it screwed in, you want to take a quick look around and make sure that the coil is not touching the post or the bottom of the deck. You can see here that it is not touching anywhere. You definitely do want to take into note though that these are all pre-installed by hand, so you do want to just double check and make sure it's not touching either the post or the deck itself. And as you can see here, we are good on that. After that, you're going to screw it into your ohm tester. I am using the Geek Vape 521 tab. Any ohm tester will work though. This is the one I would personally recommend. It runs about $20 or so, and using an ohm tester is a lot safer than using your actual mod to do this step. So right off the bat, you can check the resistance on this 521 tab by just sliding it down. You're going to see it's coming in at 0.29 right now. Alright, so after I've checked the resistance, made sure everything is good on that end, I'm going to swap it up into the fire mode, and then I'm going to press this button right here, and it's going to fire just like your mod would. And you want to make sure that your coils are heating evenly. You'll see what I mean here after I hit the fire button. These are Clapton coils, so they do take a little bit longer to heat up. But here you're going to see it heat up towards the middle and spread to the outer diameter of the coil. And you want to make sure it is even on both sides, like not this one doesn't turn glowing red while this one just sitting here not heating at all. So you do want to make sure they're heating evenly. So right now I'm going to hit that fire button. Alright, so right now I've got it switched into fire mode, and I'm going to fire it, and you are going to see the middle of these coils heating up and spreading to the outer diameter of the coils. And you want to make sure that both these coils are heating up at the same pace, like this one isn't glowing red while this one's sitting over here not firing. So here we go, I'm hitting the fire button right now. And it is going to take a little bit because these are Clapton coils, but you're going to start to see the middle heat up here. It's heating up on this one, and you can see it heating up as well through the middle, and it's spreading to the outer diameter. That is what you want to see. It could be a little bit better over here. This one is not getting as hot as this side. If your coils are not heating up evenly or you're getting hot spots, a tip I like to do is strum your coil, which is just flicking it with whatever tool you are using. These are ceramic tweezers right now, so you do not have to worry about the metal on metal because these are ceramic tips. But I'm just strumming that coil a little bit, and I'm going to do it to the other side. And I've personally found that strumming the coils is the best way to get rid of hot spots. There's a bunch of different tutorials out there on YouTube that you guys can check out if you want to see some different tips, but I personally think strumming is the easiest. One thing to note, if you're using metal tip tweezers, you do not want to strum that coil while you're hitting the fire button. I would turn it off. If you were using metal tweezers, strum it, turn it back on. These are ceramic tip tweezers, so it is okay to strum it. Now that we have got these coils heating up pretty evenly though, it is time to wick them up. Again, this is another thing that you could make as advanced as you want it, or you can make it as simple as you want it. I'm just going the simplest way right now. I just have a sheet of Japanese organic cotton right here, and all I do is cut about this size of a piece. No technique to it really. You can see I'm not even really cutting in a straight line. I pull that apart and I separate it into two separate pieces, and then these are going to go into each of the actual coils themselves. Each piece I do like to twist them up a tiny bit, not too much though. You don't want to make it too tight. Again, there's so many different ways you can do it, but I'm just showing you the quickest and easiest way that works for me. So I do twist it up a little bit, just get it down into more of an oval shape, and then I do take one of the ends and I twist it tight. This end is going to get cut off, so you don't have to worry about that, but you twist that end pretty tight right there, and you've got a nice little point on it. After you've got a decent sized point on it, all you're going to do is stick it through the coil like so. And pull it through the other side. I'm not doing anything crazy there. I just literally suck it through. Boom, I've got it like this. We're going to trim it down in a second, but first let's get that other coil wicked up. So again, I've got my piece of Japanese organic cotton. I just give it a couple little twists, just sort of push it down a little bit, get it a little compact. You don't want to compact it too much, but just a tiny bit. You're going to make this tip pointy, and then you're going to come into your coil, and you got it stuck through. Pull out the other side, and voila, you have got your coils wicked now. This is going to change depending on what tank you're using, about the length you're going to cut it, but we're going to go with what I have found best on the TFV8 right now. So you're going to cut it to about here. Boom. You've cut it. And then you're going to do the same to the other side. Cut it about here. Snip it off. After I have snipped those sides, I like to take my tweezers and just fluff out the tips of all 4 points a little bit. And this just helps with the e-liquid saturating the cotton a little bit easier because it spreads things out a little bit more. So I just like to do it a little bit to all 4 points. It's not really a necessary step, but it is one that I like to do, and I've had the best results doing it this way. Now that you have your coils all wicked up and ready to go, all you're going to do is take your tweezers and stick that cotton down into the e-liquid reservoir down there. And you're going to do that to all 4 points. So same on this one. Get that cotton and stuff it down in that e-liquid hole. Alright, as long as you're still with me now, you should have all 4 tips of your cotton poked down into the e-liquid reservoir. On the TFV8, it's pretty easy to see. You can see the e-liquid reservoir right here. The e-liquid reservoir for the coils, if you want to take a look at it before you put the cotton on, just so you can clearly see where it is. But it's not like you're really going to miss it. You're just going to take that cotton and stick it down in here. You don't want to get it into the airflow right here, but you do. You just want to get it down into this little slot down here. Now you can see your cotton here, part of it going down into the bottom of the e-liquid reservoir. I like to give that a few pokes like so. And then I flip it over and I replicate that on this side as well. Just give it a few pokes, keep it to the side a little bit there, but it looks like we're pretty good. I've got my e-liquid right here, and now all I'm going to do is just saturate that cotton a little bit. Alright, now that you've got your cotton saturated, all you're going to do is screw the top of the RBA coil onto that base. Voila, you are ready to go. You are going to want to make sure your airflow slots are closed when you fill this guy up here in a second. See here, I just closed mine. But all you got to do now is slide that top part open, fill her up, and you're ready to go. Alright, let's bring it back up top real quick before we wrap up this video. Alrighty, if you did just follow those quick few steps, you should be vaping wonderfully on the TFV8 RBA. Now you know how to build on that RBA coil, and now the options are endless. For different coil builds, you can find what works for you. If you want to try the notch coils in there, if you want to try some different style coils in there, now you at least know the basics of using it, and now you can save a good amount of money because you will not have to buy replaceable coils anymore. Let me know in the comment section if this video did help you out. If you're having any problems, let me know and I will try to do my best to help. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. I cover all the latest vaping news, products, advocacy, tutorials such as this one, and a bunch of other vaping related stuff. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day and vape on.